Greetings. So we're back. So we're going to talk about part two here, which is going to go more into the methods of how to release and let go. So we tapped into the aspect of why sometimes it's difficult to let go of certain things, people, or circumstances. Um, so yeah, let's get into that. Keep in mind, I'm not a healthcare physician. I only do what it is that the divine source gives me to assist with myself, my own healing, and also others as well. Take what applies to you, what resonates with you, what you feel is helpful. This isn't a quick fix, it's not the only remedy, but this is some of the things that Spirit revealed to me to assist with the art of letting go. Okay? Letting go of things, people, circumstances, situations that no longer serve you or do not serve you at this time in your life. Okay? Um, so just want to say, like, before you can build a new foundation, whether that be in your life, as far as just building a new life for you, starting over, starting fresh, whether it be a new friendship, whether it be a new love relationship, starting over, period. You letting go of the past is needed. It is essential to do that. So some may end up manifesting another bad relationship or connection or similar issues with someone new because that energy or spirit rather still walks with or within them. So sometimes we'll jump into new relationships before it's time, and we'll end up carrying the same baggage from that relationship, or we'll end up attracting the same type of person again. So we all may have been guilty of that. You know what I mean? Where we, before we even let go of that past person, we were jumping into a new relationship as if that's going to fix that pain that we felt, or it's just going to be completely new. And in some instances, some people may be lucky to fall into the arms of the right person that will help heal them from repeating those same cycles. But a lot of times what happens when we look outside of ourselves, we are constantly running from ourselves and running into the arms of someone else or something else. We don't get that healing that we really need. So Spirit had me write a list of 5 things that will be the start to helping with releasing and letting go. Detachment. First thing is ask yourself, why do I desire to let go? Is this something that the divine wants for me? Um, AKA, is this of my highest good? Is this something that I'm being guided to let go of? Why am I desiring to release myself from this situation or this person or this desire? Um, if yes, it is that this is of your highest good for something that you need to release permanently, or whether it's for a season, regardless, if it's a yes, ask the divine to reveal those wounds, those attachments, and that baggage you may be holding on to. For example, a sexual attachment, emotional attachments, the potential of what could have been, whatever it is. Ask Spirit to reveal the wounds that are holding, like keeping you there. If it's inadequacy, if it's self-doubt, if it's shame, whatever it is, ask Spirit to reveal those things to you and call those things out by name so that you can begin the healing process. So if you can put a name to something, you can dismantle what that thing is. Okay, that's 2. So with 3, once you identify what is it that hasn't been addressed, therefore healed, pray for the deliverance of that. So for some of you, that might be, some people don't pray, but it could be asking Spirit or your spiritual team to cut cords. Some people call it cutting cords. Some people, it could be affirmation. Some people can use another form of releasing, whether it's journaling, whether it's a burning ritual, whether it's whatever it is, a spirit bath, whatever forms work. And sometimes you really gotta stay consistent with these things. So with 4, forgive yourself and the other person for, the broken promises or the dream that never came to pass or the ideals you had of that person or that situation, any perceived failures that you have, etc. So you have to forgive yourself for those things. In order to free yourself, you got to forgive yourself and forgive that person. if that person has wronged you in any type of way, you know, you can rebuke that person or speak against whatever energy they put on you, the things that they said that were hurtful, whatever the experience was, or, you know, forgive them. You know, if this person sincerely was sorry for their part in it, whether they were young, whether they didn't know, whatever, forgive yourself and for the person. If there's a person involved, a lot of times people have a hard time letting go of a person. Number 5, self-awareness, patience, discipline, consistency, and compassion is the key to with your healing process. That is the key to assist you with your process. So I was guided to look up what exit interview questions do jobs ask. So this could be a good thing as far as like journaling or helping you to identify where you're at with whatever it is that you're releasing and letting go. I put my own twist on it. I was guided to do it like this. So I had 19 list of things to ask. So if you want to write these things down, you're more than welcome to do that. This is a good thing. Some people need to see things on paper so it can kind of help them, you know, reflect and meditate on certain things. Ask yourself these questions. Probe yourself. So the first thing that I wrote was, what influenced you to begin looking for a new relationship or the desire to move on? And I kind of went into that in the process of starting the releasing and letting go of or detaching. Not pile number 2. Look, I'm such a reader. We're not doing pick a cards here. List question 2. What ultimately led you to accept the new path? So what ultimately led you to accept that you want to start a new journey or start a new path elsewhere outside of this thing that you're letting go of or this person you're letting go of? 3, did you feel that you were equipped to be the partner you desired in that relationship? 4, how would you describe the nature of that connection or that desire or that circumstance? 5, can you provide more information such as specific examples? So as far as the nature of your connection, can you give a little more detail as to what the nature was of the connection and what were the examples of the nature of the connection? So say for instance, you know, we were friends with benefits. Okay, well, can you go into the nature of it? Well, this person would call me. We would have an understanding that we can only talk to each other such and such day and time and blah, blah, blah. Things like that. Just use that as an example. Question 6. What do you feel you could have done for you to remain in that relationship or that circumstance that would have been more favorable or desirable for you, or that desire? More so the relationship probably makes more sense to what you're asking. 7, did you share your concerns with that person or anyone prior to the ending of that relationship or that situation? So did you share your concerns about your desires, your circumstances, or that person, you know, as far as a relationship with them or with anyone? 8, if you could change anything about your connection, what would you have changed? Or the circumstance, if it's not a relationship. 9, would you consider getting back with anyone in your past in the future? If so, why? And what would need to change? So this is just provoking thought. It does not necessarily mean that you have to play into the idea of getting back with someone, but it's like if there is someone in your mind that you would be open to getting back with, ask yourself, why are you leaving space for that person? And if it is something that you're open to, what would need to change in order for that to happen? And this is for you to see something. It's not going to say, yes, you should or you shouldn't, but it's going to reflect something to you by doing this. Number 9, what would you consider, or sorry, that we already did number 9. Number 10, were you satisfied with the way you were treated and explain explain it a little further. So were you satisfied by the way you were treated in that relationship or that situation? And explain why. Number 11, did you feel valued by that person? And explain yourself when it comes to that. Number 12, what could your person have done better? What could that person have done better in the situation, in your opinion? Number 13, did you have clear goals, values, and boundaries in that situation on your behalf? Did you personally have clear goals, values, and boundaries? Number 14, did you receive constructive feedback to help you improve your part in the connection? So did that person give you any constructive feedback to help you, to improve your connection with them? Number 15, what was the best part of your relationship? Number 16, what was the worst part of your relationship? Number 17, would you desire the same relationship dynamic for a loved one if they were in your shoes? So that's a question. I kind of made that up myself, and I was like, that's a good question. Would I desire to have this same dynamic? Would I desire the same relationship dynamic that I'm dealing with for a loved one if they were to be in my shoes? Like, would I desire for them to go through the same thing, basically? 18, how can you use your experience and good qualities to improve and develop yourself in a future relationship? Number 19, what qualities do you think you should look for in the future when it comes to love or certain desires you may have, or, more different circumstances or situations? So those are the questions that I was guided to kind of use the pro self, kind of understand where you're at when it comes to letting go and releasing and accepting what is. So the key here is really to remind yourself that even if you are guided to let go for a season or permanently, this is to free you from any strongholds such as heartache, confusion, abuse, control, lack of patience. So, that energy of lacking in peace and stagnation in your life. This is to free you from those energies and so much more. Anything that's out of alignment or disharmony within the self that doesn't feel good is something that you gotta redirect within yourself. You're not here to suffer. Love and relationship you shouldn't be suffering. You're not to be a slave to your desires and things outside of yourself. That's not what Spirit called us for. If anything, our desires should give us hope for our future, and optimism and joy and inspiration. Should never be that it's causing you pain and discord and all of that. Like, that's not what Spirit wants for you. So with that being said, I really do hope that this helps somebody, because I'm just a messenger for the divine, and these are things that I felt called to look into within myself. What is it that I could do to better myself? What can I do to let go of things, people that may subconsciously be still active in my mind or in my heart that I should be releasing and letting go of. They may be having negative effects on me in my future, whether I realize it or not. And this could be friendships. It does not all have to be romantic, or it could be a family dynamic that is toxic. But, yeah. I hope that this was helpful to somebody out there, and that this resonates with who it's meant to resonate with, to spark that initiation into your healing, or letting go of something or someone that doesn't serve you. Like I said, whether it's for a season or whether it's permanently, letting go of it, so that you have that inner peace and that you can start to attract healthier things and desire healthier things in your life. So much love as always. I appreciate you guys. Until next time, peace.